popping on my live. I'll never forget how you saved me from a narcissistic abusive relationship. I love that, boo. I love that. Yeah, because I love to talk about narcissism because I know that a part of my purpose is to be like a narcissistic abuse whistleblower. Basically just talking about how, because I grew up with narcissistic parents, my narcissistic family, I came across so many narcissists throughout my life that it was very unaware that's what I was going through. But once I realized that that's what was happening, I had to learn to heal myself and the wisdom that I've gained. And you know, when wisdom is acquired, wisdom needs to be shared so that other people can learn from it. Because it's like, you know, they say in the Bible that people perish for lack of knowledge. So when we have wisdom that we can share with other people, it helps other people to gain clarity and understanding of what they're going through, so they know that what they're experiencing is not normal. Because when you're surrounded by narcissists your whole life, you will literally think that shit is normal, but it's not. It was a video on my For You page made me realize I was dating a narcissist and had the strength to leave. I love that for you, boo. I love that so much for you. Because I swear, love can sometimes make us blind, but we can think like, oh, maybe this is just how a person is. No, that's not how you're supposed to be treated, bro. Because like narcissism is literally like the devil's revenge against God, going against God's people. No one has resonated with me as much as you ever. Oh, you're welcome. Because we are part of the same soul tribe, baby. Like we did of the same collective. So a lot of the wisdom that I give is because I've walked through those experiences myself. And I speak on the energy because whatever the principle is the same, but the dynamic is different. Like I could be talking about a family member, but it's a friend for you all. You know what I'm saying? So them been through the same situation. So when I gain the clarity and understanding of what I've been through, I got to share it. And I just really want to, after what I have been through, narcissism needs to be defeated. And the way that we start defeating it is to fight back. And when you fight back, you can't fight fair. You know what I'm saying? You see, I got my Powerpuff Girl shirt on. They fought their enemies. They fought the villains. Narcissists are the villains of this world. But the Powerpuff Girls, were they peaceful when they fought them villains? No, they was beating their ass. They was doing whatever they can. They had to beat them at their own game. So that's what we got to do. I get it. Sometimes, like, it's a lot of ways that we can defeat them, but sometimes we gonna actually need to stand up to them. Sometimes we need to defend ourselves. Sometimes we do need to speak our truth. Sometimes we do need to expose them because the truth is what they don't want. They wanted us to like suffer in silence. They wanted us to conceal our truth and not talk about what has happened to us because they wanted us to suffer while they just went off and lived their merry life and no one knew what they did. But we help a lot of people wake up, a lot of people heal, and we basically we stop these predators in their tracks, bro, because that's what narcissists are. They're predators. They seek out prey, and they abuse people just for the hell of it. So if we can start calling these people out, now the rest of these people gonna know, like, nah, that person's a narcissist, I'ma stay away. Saving so many people from going through that bullshit because those people, they don't need to have people around them, but that's how they're going to treat them. They need to get themselves together first, come back to God, then they can start being around people. But if they're going to be around people just to abuse them, you don't need nobody because nobody deserves to go through that. That'd be the thing. All they want is money. They be opportunists. They be wanting to just take. Makes sense. 2 years out and I'm still healing slowly and surely. Yes, like one thing about narcissism, it takes you years. It takes you a while to heal from everything because think about how long you were in that. Narcissistic dynamic and all of the abuse that you done went through. And once you step out of it and you got to process it while also living your life, like it was a traumatic situation. And when the people go through trauma, it takes them a minute. So don't ever rush yourself. And it's not just this person I'm talking to, but this is to everybody. Like if you got to heal from, thank you for the roses. If you are healing from your narcissistic dynamic, do not rush your healing process. Don't rush yourself to forgive them because listen, when it comes to forgiveness comes at the very end. Hello, love, Empress Lex. Forgiveness comes at the very end. It's not the first thing that you're going to have. And a lot of times people be trying to push that forgiveness narrative because they just want you to like forgive and forget and move on. So what if some people can't forget? What if people can't like move on as easily as people want them to? The thing is with life, we have to move on. We have to continue living our life. But out of all of that shit that doesn't happen to us, and we gotta, it's like they come into your life, trash your whole house, and then leave you to clean up the mess. And, oh, you have to just move on from that. No, I'm allowed to be upset. I'm allowed to be angry. I'm allowed to express myself or how I feel. Like, that's like a person coming into you invite a person into your house, and they burn your house to the ground, and then they walk off and leave you to pick up the rubble. You done lost everything, and they want you to just forgive and forget and move on. No. That sounds exotic, but that's exactly how narcissists are when they come into your life. They destroy you from the inside out. So nah, we got to be real about it. When you go through stuff like that, it's going to take you a minute to heal. Don't rush yourself. Allow yourself to feel every single emotion. And one thing that I said on my content before is I said, you got to allow yourself room to rage. Room to rage, because sometimes the only way you can let that rage out is to rage it out. You're going to have to yell. You're going to have to scream. You're going to have to cuss people out. You're going to have to go to your attacker and let them know how you feel. Give them peace of your mind. I guarantee you, y'all be seeing me when I post on my content because I don't give a damn. I will expose those people. I expose my narcissistic abusers, their name, their picture, everything. I'm talking to them directly, because before I was TerriAnn Bell, I was Terry who went through all of that stuff. So I can talk about whatever I want to talk about. And people may look at it and think like, oh, she needs to. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks, because I know that I'm fighting for justice for myself, and then I'm starting a trend, starting a wave. I'm a trailblazer, because so many people probably wanted to expose their abusers, but they was afraid to do so. So they sometimes just wait for one person. It's like, imagine you got a bunch of people that are victims of narcissistic abuse, and they standing in front of this glass, and the glass is to their freedom. Somebody got to break through that glass. And when you break through that glass, it's going to hurt. You're going to hurt yourself. You probably going to get cut. You probably going to bleed. But somebody got to be strong enough to break through that glass so that everybody else can break through. Somebody got to be the one to start it off. And that's me. That's me as a part of my mission. Like when I first started my content, I was just talking about narcissistic abuse, but it didn't come until much later when I started to reprocess some of the most traumatic things I went through, where I'm thinking about having to expose them. And then once I started exposing them and letting that out, because I no longer wanted to hide from what these people had, like I was protecting them, I realized we don't have to protect our abusers because they did not protect us. Like, we can still be good, loving people, good spirits, good souls, and spreading that love to everybody else, but we don't owe our abusers and our attackers, people that put us through trauma, people that, really messed us up in the brain, effed us up in the brain, caused irreversible damage to our brain. We don't owe that to them. They be like, no, all you have to do is just ignore them and move on. No, they need to know what they've done. Because if they can run from it all they want to, but when they run into their victim that they thought that they destroyed, and they like, you didn't destroy me, and here I am, and you did this to me, you did X, Y, and Z to me. Let me tell you, I was severely abused by my sorority sisters. Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, okay? Here's the bracelet. You see it? Sigma Gamma Rho. Blue and Gold, the Divine Nine, Illinois State University Gamma Rho chapter, across spring of 2017. And the first people that started abusing me were my line sisters. My line sisters, they were the first ones. And then next, then the profiles got into, and then damn near the whole chapter was against me. So I got like 20 fucking bitches going against me at one time. Please don't kick me off my live for saying that, but TikTok, please. But anyway, when I'm realizing how much I went through, and I understand, I'll be real enough to admit that in that time I was a people pleaser. I was allowing myself to be taken advantage of because I just wanted to have friends. I just wanted to have that. And I just put up with way too much that I didn't need to put up with just because I felt like I had to. But it was like the same dynamic from my family. I'm the scapegoat of my family. And then I came here to this sorority and they made me the scapegoat of my line sisters as well. And the thing is, it's like, the amount of trauma that I went through, it was so bad to a point where I could barely focus on school. I could barely focus on what I had to focus on. I had to end up dropping it. But first I went inactive with the chapter. Then at the beginning of the next semester is when I dropped out of school, and then I went home because the abuse wasn't going to stop. It wasn't about to stop. They were continuing. They just continue to treat me like shit, continue to just hurt me. And it's just like, it ain't no reason for all of you females to just have so much anger directed towards one person. This pure-hearted individual, this innocent person, they ain't did jack to nobody. But exist, but live, but give them love. And all y'all want to do, and it just shows that a lot of these were just they weren't good women. Narcissists are not good people. Okay? They be so quick to gang up on somebody else, but when they get ganged up on, they want to cry. Because they're weak, because they're cowards. And exactly, it was jealousy. And the thing is about the jealousy thing is it's always like people think that because humbly speaking, I know I'm beautiful. I know I'm fine as hell, okay? But the thing is like at the time when I was back in college with those females and stuff, I was one of the prettiest ones out of all of them. And that's a fact. Let's be real. But it's like the girls that picked on me and stuff were not as pretty as me. But it's almost like everybody else. It's like when you got like a girl that's not very much attractive and she's picking and bullying on the pretty girl, it's almost like they want to they want to make the pretty girl just take it. Like, well, she's pretty, she can go ahead and take that shit, she's fine, because they feel sorry for the girl that ain't as attractive, and they want to go ahead and because they feel sorry for her, they want to be like, well, go ahead and let her do that stuff, because at least the girl is pretty, she has that. Just because somebody is pretty doesn't mean that they deserve to be treated less than. Just because somebody is attractive does not mean that they deserve to be bullied and abused and walked all over. That doesn't make sense, because at the end of the day, they are still human. And it's like, those people that are not as attractive, I ain't gonna call them ugly, but people that are not as attractive, they get a free pass to go ahead and pick on somebody and bully somebody. But the person that they bullying, they don't get a pass to say, you're bullying me just because you're jealous of me, because you know that I'm prettier than you. They don't allow her room to say that. So I'm gonna be the one to say it, bro. It's like, sometimes you gotta just be like, you're bullying this person because you are jealous because they are prettier than you. They look better than you. And ain't nobody finna sit here and tiptoe around your insecurities, and you're not finna make this pretty girl carry the burden of your insecurities just because you are uncomfortable in her presence. If you're uncomfortable in her presence, remove yourself from her presence. Don't turn everybody against her to get her to get out of the picture. It don't make sense. Because when I be telling y'all, I'll be telling y'all about, like, the girl Kiara was, like, the main culprit. If y'all go on my page, and I have many stuff of her, you know what I'm saying? Go to my playlist, Narc Talk. You'll see it. The girl Kiara, she's not that cute. Like, if you see the picture of us two together and stuff like that, you're going to clearly see the issue. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it was obvious. It was very obvious that she was jealous. It was obvious because it's like, girl, you mad because she was the darkest one on the line, and I was the lightest one on the line. And now, I'm not one to think that I'm better than everybody else just because I'm light skinned. No, that's not the case. But when you have people like that, people that are like very dark skinned, they go through colorism. They go through people that bully them and then abuse them and ostracize them and treat them like shit because of their complexion. So then they come across a person that's light skinned, and then they get so intimidated and get so mad because they want to be you. So then they start making you carry the burden of their pain, of their past. They're bleeding on people that didn't even cut them. That was my experience. That's a lot of our experience when we are scapegoated by all these narcissistic people. They bleed on people that didn't even cut them. So that's why I'm not going to stop. I'm going to continue to talk about what has happened to me. You know what I'm saying? And like people from my chapter was saying, can you stop talking about it? Can you stop using our name? No, because that's my truth. That is my truth. Y'all don't want me. I'm like Gamma Rho chapter from Illinois State University of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. Y'all don't want me to talk about what has happened to me because you don't want people to know how the type of people that y'all are. You don't want people to know that y'all are effed up. You don't want people to know that you're abusive. You don't want people to know that you abuse people behind closed doors, how you gang up on people, how you are secretly just a horrible person. You don't want people to know your true colors. Y'all want to do that shit behind closed doors, but come in front of the campus and act like y'all all holier than thou, act like everything is all sweet. Nah, bro. So nah. I continue to talk about it. I continue to talk. And what's crazy is those girls that abuse me and all of that kind of stuff, all of the time, all they did was yap and then run their mouth and just flap their lips towards me to give me all of that negativity. And I just sat there and took it like, oh, I just listen. It's at times when I just get so like I give myself grace, but it's like I literally let those girls play in my face. Like I let those girls talk to me so crazy when I didn't have a strong enough backbone. And that was the only way that they really was able to do that, because I didn't have a backbone. I didn't stand up for myself. But now that I'm standing up for myself and I have my voice, it's crickets. They don't say a word. They don't say not a goddamn thing, because they know they can't. Because what I'm saying to them is the truth. I'm calling them out on what they have done to me. See, with them, they was spreading lies, spreading rumors. They was making up lies about me being promiscuous when I was an old virgin in college. They were making up lies about how all of this other stuff that just seems so out the blue. And it's just like, bro. So at this point now that I'm speaking my truth and I have my voice, those girls is silent. Because they spread lies about me, but with me, I'm coming with the truth. All I'm saying is, you did this to me, and this is how it made me feel, and you are wrong for what you did. And they can't even stand on that shit. They can't even face me for what they have done. They throw stones and hide their hands. Where are they now? Let's see. Some of them got children. Some of them are pregnant. One of them has, I see like some got children, some are pregnant, some getting married and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They going on living their life. But the thing is, toxic people can get married. Toxic people can have children. Toxic people can do all of that and move on with their life. But it doesn't make them take a deep breath. You're right. But it doesn't, negate the fact that they probably that they have not grown and they have not done the work. And it's just like, they did all of that in college, but what about when you go into the real world? Are you still going to keep that same type of mentality? You still going to keep that same, energy? You going to give that energy to everybody else? Because when you in the real world, ain't nobody going to want to deal with you. When you around real grown-ass people, ain't nobody going to want to deal with that. Because let me tell you, one thing that you got to learn going off to college is you ain't going to always run into mature people. A lot of people, when they go off to college, are not mature. They have not matured emotionally. They are very immature, and they act like they just in high school. So when I tell y'all, I was bullied my whole life. I'm autistic. They naturally bully us. They naturally are not nice to autistic people. You know what I'm saying? So I got bullied my whole life. And then when I go off to college thinking it's gonna be different, and it's like this is the same type of energy that I had back in middle school, high school. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm not about to sit here and deal with this. So no. That's one thing you got to understand. And another thing is like when you go off to college and you don't really know who you are and stuff like that, that you're like prey to these predators, bro. Because these people, they just want control. They want to control something. A lot of these people, they weren't raised right. They got parents that's just as toxic as them, so they come and they spew that toxicity. But the thing is, these people will probably never learn until you start calling them out on their nonsense. Start calling them out. We literally have to start holding people accountable for what they have done, because evil exists in this world because people are afraid to fight against it. And when I faced evil my whole life, and I know how strong I got because of it, I'm like, I faced that evil head on collision. Look them dead in the face. Don't you take your eye off the target. Look them dead in their eyes, and I be, Because I'm telling you, when you cower and you kind of shrink, and then they know they got power. But I'm telling you, when evil people start fucking with you, you got to look them dead in their face. When they get to yapping, you got to let them know you ain't afraid. When they get to just yapping their words and saying all this stuff to hurt your feelings, you look them dead in their face. Because whenever I do this, when my family be trying to come at me or whatever now, or I look at them like this, it's giving a look of like all in my body language and energy is saying, I'm not afraid of you. I'm not scared of you. You're not intimidating me. You're not scaring me, because all I see is a coward trying to gain power. Ooh, come on. You are like those people. You got to empower yourself by trying to take the power from somebody else instead of just empowering yourself from within. Okay, now I see how you are. Now I just see you just a confident coward. Okay. And when you give them that poker face, when you give them that face like I'm not buying it, they hate that because they want to make you feel small. But when you sit there and look at them like this, you sizing them up, then they feel small. Exactly. Love you too. Oh, I love your comment, boo. She said, we who are on the spectrum have this aura to us that irks the shit out of those with that toxic energy. Yes, because us on the spectrum, we are pure souls. We're just pure. You know what I'm saying? And It's like what they say, you know how oil and water don't mix? We are pure like water. We flow. Sometimes it's still, sometimes it's gentle, sometimes it's rough, but we flow. You try to mix oil in it, it's not going to flow. We are the water. These toxic people are the oil, the negative oil, toxic oil, destructive oil. That's why empaths and narcissists don't mix. That's why they don't. But here's another thing about talking about autism real quick, is that when you come across like autistic people, the world is not nice just because we are so different. But that doesn't mean, just because we are autistic does not mean that we are not worthy of attention, of acknowledgement, of appreciation, of respect, of kindness, of empathy, of compassion, of love, of human decency. It does not mean that we are not worthy of, because we are just as worthy as everybody else on this earth, because we are all human. Autistic or not, we are all of the human race. Okay? So don't let nobody try to make you feel or make you seem like you don't let nobody treat you as less than. If anybody gonna treat you less than, walk away. Walk away from them. Because one thing you can learn about people in this world is that when people are rude and mean and treat people with disabilities, with disrespect, those are the bad people of this world. But when you see people that see people with a disability and they treat them with love, kindness, and respect the same way they would treat another person that doesn't have a disability, those are the good people. Because the people like that, they see a person with a disability, they see that as a disadvantage. So they take advantage of a person with the disadvantage in order to gain power. That's what shows how much of an effed up person they are. Like, bro, I saw this video on my For You page of some dude, he in a wheelchair, and he's trying to holler at this girl, you know. Dude's gonna holler at you regardless, and especially if you a woman, especially if you attractive, you gonna know the dude's gonna holler at you. So just whatever. If you don't want to talk to them, all you got to do is just be like, no, thank you, and keep it moving. But because this one woman, she was a woman of color. She was a woman of color. I believe she was a brown woman. I believe. I don't think she was black, but I know she was a woman of color. I think she was like Hispanic or something. But she's telling this dude in the wheelchair, why don't you get up and walk? Come up and walk. Come on, walk. Like, dude is in a wheelchair. He clearly can't walk, bro. But so you're going to use his disability to your advantage and talk about him when you could have just left him alone? But she has to be an asshole about it. People make an ass out of themselves when they go ahead and hurt people with disabilities. Like, would you make fun of Stevie Wonder because he can't see? No, because regardless if Stevie Wonder can see or not, he still is an amazing artist, right? People that are deaf, you gonna make fun of them because they can't hear? They're still a person. So what? And a lot of times when you see people that like have people that sitting in wheelchairs, they probably went through something traumatic. Like you see a lot of people that went on to war, veterans, stuff like that. People could be in car accidents. Health issues can cause that kind of stuff. People don't know what a person done been through as to why they in a wheelchair, as to why people don't have their limbs, as to why people go through that. And for a person to just look at them and judge a book by its cover, and they don't know none of their story, but they want to go ahead and take advantage of that situation and be like, I gotta one up on this. Let me go ahead and be mean to them. You're a shitty person. I can't stand shitty people. I just can't stand when people bully just for no reason. Like when I can be a bully at times. I'm one enough to admit that, but I bully my bullies. I bully my bullies. I bully people that have bullied me. I'm standing up to them. Okay? Yeah. But I just can't stand when people want to just bully innocent people that's not even bothering them. Like it's people out here in this world, as an autistic person, what people do to us is they go out of their way to bully us. Like literally, you could just be sitting there minding your own business, not bothering nobody. You could be in your own zone. You could be reading a book, working on homework in the library, got your headphones in, and somebody comes up and, hey, come here. Can I talk to you for a second? And you're like, yeah, what's up? You're dumb. You're stupid. How you? It's exactly. So yeah, bro. It's a lot of shitty people out here in this world, and we got to start calling these people out. And let me tell you something. If you are a person where you're not on the spectrum, you're a neurotypical, you know what I'm saying, and you see somebody picking on a neurodivergent person, let me tell you something. You can be the hero of the day. Y'all could be the hero of the day, and you can go defend that neurodivergent. You can go defend that autistic person and say, hey, quit picking on them. What are you picking on them for? I don't know. It's just fun. What have they done to you? Nothing. It's just fun to pick on them. Okay, what if I pick on you though? Leave them alone. Like if you start calling these bullies out and saying what you're doing is messed up, you're going to make them feel stupid, make them feel small, and then they will see the asshole that they are. So sometimes we have to just start calling stuff out. We can't be. I studied, my major was psychology. They talk about the bystander effect, where people, they just sit around, and because nobody, the bystander effect is where people, a bunch of people are witnessing something happen and they don't want to intervene, because if nobody else is intervening, they don't want to intervene. Somebody got to be the hero, the heroine of the day. Somebody got to be the hero. Somebody got to be the one that's going to like step up to the plate and do something that nobody else is going to do. Because I guarantee you, when one person steps up, you're going to have other people backing you up. Because somebody else probably wants to say something, but they are afraid to. But when they see you being brave, like I'm telling you, being brave and defending somebody that's being picked on, you probably are going to have other people come step in. Because this is how we can stop abuse. This is how we can stop, is because we got to just be more of a community. And I'm telling you, the autistic people are the most greatest people you can ever have in your community. They are so sweet, so pure, will love you deeper than everybody else will ever love you. And it's like autistic people deserve so much better, bro. And I just love the fact that we have this community. I love TikTok. I love how we are able to find out what is really going on, because every single autistic person that is a late diagnosed, we knew something was off about us. We knew something was different, but we just could not put our finger on it. And when we found out that we were autistic, it was like a humbling relief. Yes, it definitely humbled me. It was like, wow, so I really do have a disability. Wow, okay. That was humbling. But at the same time, it was a relief, because I'm like, at least I know that there's a root cause to what's been going on. I guarantee you, bro. We deserve so much better. We deserve so much better. We done been through too much. And now this is our season of justice, where we are coming out to the forefront to know that this is why we have been struggling so much. And that every single person that, like, it's like my own family didn't even believe that I was on the spectrum. Like, they think like, oh, you can't do that. And it's because it's the people that abused me are the ones that are mad at the fact that they know that I'm autistic now. Because now they're going to have to self-reflect themselves and think, wow, I really took advantage of a person with a disability. That makes them the asshole. They don't want to be seen as the asshole. So they rather deny your autism to protect their ego. And that ain't right, bro. Not at all. Hold on, let me see this, because let me see y'all comments. Oh, you're welcome for the video. No fear, despair. Oh, thanks. You said, I love your videos. They give me so much hope. See, those comments keep me going. That's what makes me know that I got to keep doing what I'm doing. Yes. A Black woman wise. Good away. Yeah, sorry, I could not really understand the question. Makes it, yes. Okay, so the thing is like a person, the thing is, can an autistic person be also narcissistic? Yes, I believe so. Because what can happen is autistic people are known to like absorb the energy of their environment. They adapt to their environment around them. And when they are surrounded by narcissism, and narcissism is how they were brought up and raised, they could believe that that's what they have to gravitate towards. You know what I'm saying? But it takes for a person to self-reflect and like really step outside themselves and really look at themselves to see. So usually if you see a person that like, when you see an autistic person that's also very narcissistic, they probably came from a narcissistic family and they did not do the internal work to heal. They just adopted to their environment. They had all these issues. They had all of these behavioral patterns on how they handle things. And they just went along with what people have said to them and told them. And that's what they feel is correct. Like autism runs in the family, bro. And it's like, you got yeah. So it can happen. It can happen. They just adopted to the environment. Adapted to the environment, not adopted. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it sucks. It really sucks when you look back and you realize, because a lot of us, we look back at our childhood and we think, why did people bully us so much? Why was it every single time I went to a new place, people just started to bully? Or even it'll be new kids will come into the school in the middle of the school year, and the new kids will start picking on me and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? And to know that it's because we are autistic and people can see that and they just think, oh, it's fun to mess with this person. they gonna get their karma, because they gonna find some people that's gonna start picking on them and bullying them and abusing them, and they gonna be like, well, it's fun to do this to you. It's like, you know, shoes on the other foot now. Now you done dished it out. Can't take it. Now you see how it feels. Yeah, they can have like narcissistic traits because they adapted it, but they may not be like a full-fledged narcissist. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And sometimes like they can get so stuck, especially when they get older. My ear is ringing. When they get older and they can just get so stuck in their ways, and they don't believe in mental health, so they haven't, you know, looked to see how they can fix themselves or heal themselves. That's why they stay stuck in that cycle. They're probably an undiagnosed autistic and just have these narcissistic tendencies. Yeah, but I don't belong. Yes, bro. That'd be the thing. Like, autistic people feel like we don't even fit in with our own families. You know what I'm saying? But it's a disservice to autistic people when their own families are their bullies, when their own parents, you know, they can tell that something is different about their child, but they don't want to inquire. They don't want to learn more about the child to figure out what's going on. They just kind of just send their kids off to somebody else, send them to school or send them to daycare, send them to that, so they don't have to deal with them. And then what's going to happen is later on in life, when they kids are grown and they have all these issues, and they're like, you're grown, you're supposed to figure this out, but you wasn't there when your child was growing up to try to, you know, help develop them. A lot of these parents were more so providers, not parents. They were guardians, not parents. A lot of these parents, they didn't even, narcissistic parents, they didn't even love their children. They just loved controlling their children. Hear me when I say this. A lot of these narcissistic parents did not love their children. They just loved controlling their children. They love the control. They love the power. They love that I have a person that I can control to do everything that I want to do. And they can't question me, but I can say, well, I'm your parent, so I get to do this. Those people that don't have control over their own life, they don't have any goals or aspirations or things that they want to do, so they just live through their children. That ain't right. And a lot of times you really gonna see. Well, I'm already showered and everything.
Okay, so I'm leaving out now, so I'm gonna be on my way.
Alrighty. Yeah, I ain't finna be on this live too much longer because we got a family picnic going on today, and I'm gonna go to that. Usually I don't go. Usually I just kind of like just shy away from everything. But I'm like, you know what? Even if sometimes my family don't make me feel welcome, even if like I haven't felt welcome with my family my whole entire life, they outcast me or whatever, I still have family members that love and accept me for who I am. Okay? I still got cousins that love me. I still got, you know, uncles that like, I got an uncle that tell me I'm his favorite niece. I love him. You know what I'm saying? He lives in a different state. So, and he's in town. So I'm like, beautiful. Like, I was telling myself today, I'm like, I'm not going to let the devil steal my joy. So that's why I came on here to tell y'all, do not let the devil steal your joy. The devil wants you to be isolated. The devil, like, listen, if you're in a season of isolation and you working with God, okay, that's a different story. But sometimes even when you are in your season of isolation, it's okay for you to step outside and go do some stuff and have some fun and experience life and, you know, like, have good experiences. It's okay to do that. It's okay to go and have fun. It's okay to live in the moment. Like, don't spend so much time in your isolation that you stop living. And that's something that I did over the past couple of years. I was just in my isolation phase and I stopped living. I stopped living in the moment. I stopped having fun. And then I realized, you know, I'm not trying to do that. I want to live. I want to experience joy. I want to have fulfillment. It's summertime, baby. We need to be outside having fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, it won't hurt me to do one cooking. Like, this is the end of the summer. You know what I'm saying? People finna go back to school and stuff like that. Go ahead and go have some fun. Go ahead and go have some fun. I'm not going to allow for certain family members that I don't really mess with like that to prevent me from having fun, because I can still have a good time. I'm telling you, I'm black. We got a big ass family. So it be hella people that I can talk to. Hella people you can move around in. You know what I'm saying? We finna be in a forest preserve, not at somebody's house, in a forest preserve. I have plenty of spaces to move around. And another thing about this is that sometimes when you are around, when we like around like a big ass group like that, those toxic family members, they ain't gonna show their ass. They ain't gonna show their true colors around that time because they don't want nobody to see them. They stay that up behind closed doors. But when you're around a group of people, they ain't gonna be showing their true colors. They ain't gonna be acting like how they act. The only how they may do this, they may say, hey, come here, let me talk to you. And then when y'all person to person and can't nobody else hear you and they talking on the inside voice, then they gonna try that. But If somebody be like, hey, come here, and that's that toxic family member, no, thank you. And you keep it moving. Let me tell you, you a grown-ass man, you a grown-ass woman, you are able to do what you want to do. You don't have to talk to nobody that you don't want to talk to. You don't have to answer nobody questions about what's going on with your life or what happens with, you know how people be so nosy, be questioning you about what's going on with this family member and that family member. That ain't none of that goddamn business. You are a grown-ass adult and you don't have to explain yourself to nobody. Sometimes you got to just, and the thing is, baby, as a grown-ass person, stand in your truth, stand in your light, stand in your power. Don't be lying because that shit is childish. Don't lie. Stand on that shit. Just be like if they say, oh, hey, did you talk to this person? That's none of your business. And I would appreciate if you don't talk to me about that or question me about what's going on with that. All people can do is respect that because you as an adult is saying, I'm not about to discuss this with you because I don't have to. You as an adult, you don't have to discuss anything with anybody that you don't want to discuss. And people have to respect that. But sometimes your elders, they don't want to do that. They don't want to give people autonomy. They think that just because they think of you as that little bitty person. But no, people got to wake up and realize that you're not a child no more, but you are grown. You're a grown adult. If you are of the legal age of a grown adult, you are an adult. It don't matter if you probably ain't got your own stuff yet because we in a recession. It's a lot of like, baby, it's a recession. We just came out of a pandemic. A lot of people ain't living on their own. A lot of people has moved back in with their parents and they well over age. That's life. It's life. But at the end of the day, you are an adult because when you step out in that world, you are an adult. Excuse me. The world will treat you like you are an adult. So yeah, your parents can treat you like a child in the house. But if you go out there and commit a crime, they're going to try your ass as an adult, right? You are an adult. And you got to stand on that. Don't let these people try to gaslight you and say you're not an adult because you ain't got this, you ain't got that. Okay, but it doesn't matter about that. That doesn't define my adulthood. I'm an adult in the mind. I'm an adult in the mind, though. I can hold conversations. I'm self-aware, self-conscious, have emotional maturity, emotional intelligence. I can self-reflect on my actions. I can be honest. I can, you know what I'm saying? That's being an adult because a person could have all of that stuff. They can have their own car, their own house, they could be married, they can have children, but they could not be an adult in the mind. You providing for yourself is one thing, but you being an adult in the mind is another thing. And if you know that you were an adult in the mind, that's all that matters, baby. That's all that matters. Come on. So yeah, don't let the devil steal your joy. Don't let the devil prevent you from living your life. Don't let fear rule your life. Because sometimes you may want to do something, but then here come the devil trying to whisper in your ear with all of this fear. Like, yeah, this could go wrong. This could do. You probably should. No, devil, get the fuck out of here. Get behind me, Satan. Get behind me, bro. Because you know what they say, Godfidence. When you have confidence in God and you know no one from against me shall prosper. I am a conqueror. When you know for a fact that God got you, when you know that for a fact, you ain't gonna let these people try to get to you. You ain't gonna let the devil get all up in your ear. When you got confidence in God, when you walk in that authority of the Most High, you ain't gonna let the devil get in your ear. You ain't gonna let that happen. That's why you gotta walk in your authority. You gotta walk like, listen, I'm a child of God. So when as soon as I step foot off of my bed when I wake up in the morning, the devil better flee from me 7 ways. That's what you got to do. You got to walk in it. You got to take up space. I had made a video earlier, just a few minutes ago. Take up space. Stop letting people dim your light and stop dimming your light for other people. Use your voice. Speak. Say what you got to say. What am I trying to say? Engage in conversation. Oh, thank you. Input. Put your input into conversations. It's okay with you wanting to sit back and be the observer, but sometimes you got an opinion. Voice your opinion. Say what you got to say. Invest yourself into adult conversations. Engage in adult conversations. Take up space. Do what you want to do. You want to dance? Dance. You want to sing? Sing. Take up space. Live your life. Be you. Stand in your light. Stop letting people dim your life. Stop letting insecure people stop you from being who you want to be and what you want to do. I need this job, please. You didn't act like you need this job? Yeah, baby. I don't know who needed this encouragement. I know I needed it myself. I know if I needed it myself, other people needed it as well. Because let me tell you, if I would have known what I have known back then, I would have made so many better decisions. But it's okay. Because I know a part of my purpose in this world was to go through so much pain so that I can tell my story and my testimony so that other people don't have to suffer the way that I've suffered. Because I know that my spirit is strong enough to handle that suffering. I've been through long suffering. Baby, I made 26 on my birthday. I don't look it. I look good. But anyway, so I've only been alive a quarter of a century, bro. So let me tell you, I've been through so much shit that people twice I've been through enough shit that like a 50 or 60-year-old done been through. In that short amount of time. That's why I got so much wisdom. That's why I got so much strength. That's why I got so much power, because of the pain that I done went through. That's why I have so much wisdom, because of the experiences that I had to face. When you see a person with all of this strength, with all of this voice, you don't know the hell they had to go through to get to where they are. So let me tell you, don't let nobody discredit you. If you know that you done been through something that done made you stronger, then you know for a fact that you are strong. Don't let nobody try to tell you that you are weak. Don't let nobody try to tell you that you're not strong just because they want to try to shrink you down and make you feel less and make you feel small. Don't let nobody gaslight you if they say you're not strong. I am strong. You stand on that. You affirm that. That doesn't make you arrogant. If somebody tries to say that you arrogant, my own goddamn daddy tells me I'm arrogant to my fucking face. He be, you're arrogant. I almost said his name. Let me watch myself. But I'm like, okay. And I'm like, no, bro. I'm like, I'm confident and I know my worth, you woman hater. That's what he is. He's a woman hater. He hates women. When you get around narcissistic men that hate women, they hate their own daughters. If you ain't a king, if you treating your children like peasants, you're a king when you treat your children like royalty. Treat your daughters like princesses so they can grow in a better way. But nah. So let me tell you, this is your life. This is your world. People are just living in it. You don't have to sit there and entertain nonsense from nobody else. If somebody's sitting here playing in your face, walk away. Be, all right, girl, I'm gone. All right, man, I'm gone. You be good. You be smooth. If they want to sit there and disrespect you, you ain't finna disrespect me. And then you walk away. Don't give him your time. Don't give him your energy. Don't let nobody play in your face. I let people play in my face way too many times to where it's over with, because I started having resentment towards myself. Like, sis, why didn't you say something then? Slow the process. I understand my autism does that. But now it made me stronger discernment. That's what I'm saying. Don't let nobody play in your face. Don't let nobody sit there and disrespect you. You ain't got to sit there and just sit there and engage with somebody disrespecting you. No, walk away. I'm not finna listen to this. Don't walk away. Well, I'm not finna sit here and have you disrespecting me, bro. You can't talk to me with disrespect. You can't talk to me with respect. Then you cannot talk to me. Take your power back. Take your power back. Because if they not sparing your feelings, don't even spare theirs. It's a lot of fucked up people in this world. It's a lot of people that got demons all went through them and they don't even want to face their shit, and it's just demons walking on through them. Do not let people play in your face. You gotta understand it. Just because you got a good heart doesn't mean that you gotta let people step all over that shit. Don't mean you gotta let people play with your heart. No, your heart is precious. Your heart is delicate. Your heart is pure. Don't you let nobody play with you. You understand me, baby? But I love you. I love you. Yes, I'm yelling at you. Yes, I'm yelling, but I want you to hear me. Hear me with your third eye. See what I'm saying? Because you don't want to have to learn the hard way. The anger that I have, the righteous anger that I have, is because I had to learn the hard way. I had to go through struggles to understand this shit. I had to go through stuff like that, but I don't want people to have to go through that. Because I'm watching Medea's Big Happy Family. So yeah. Just like my inner Medea, like my higher self. She like the auntie, like the grandma. She just be like, we ain't gonna deal with this, bro. Exactly. Walk out and never look back. Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. As long as you have harm to none. Like, don't go out. When I say do what you gotta do, that don't mean that you go around harming people. You don't want to harm the innocent. That's in the Bible. One thing that God detests is hands that shed innocent blood. And when hands shed innocent, like if you read the NIV version, it says people that kill the innocent. It's not always killing, it's shedding innocent blood. And what that means, that's why if you're going to read the Bible, don't read the NIV version, read the King James version, because anyway, when they say shed innocent blood, why God detests that is that's when people go against the pure-hearted, the innocent people that have done nothing to them, and they go and they hurt that person mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. They just do so much to cause trauma in their life. Like, that's hands that shed innocent blood. That's what God detests. Because if you thought about hurting this person and you thought and you actually executed, it start threw you out, baby. So listen, bro. You ain't got to sit up here and put up with people's bullshit. You don't have to. Walk away. You can get up at any point in time and walk away if people are making you uncomfortable or if people are disrespecting you. Do not do anything that you don't want to do, especially to my women. My ladies, hear me when I say this. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do, especially with a motherfucking dude. If a dude come around you and do not do anything you don't want to do. If it's not a yes to you, it's a no. And before you do anything, you need to think to yourself, do I want to do this or not? And if it's a no, then it's a no. Get up at any time. Because I'm telling you, it's so easy for women to fall prey under these predators, because sometimes, like, men just with they energy, sometimes we just get so scared. We so scared about life. Baby, if you scared for your life, get the fuck away from him, bro. Listen to your intuition. The biggest mistake that I made the last time I ran into a predator in last February was I did not listen to my intuition. My intuition told, it was like red flag, bro. Get away, get away, get away. But because I was not in the right mental space, I couldn't tell if it was anxiety or intuition. That's why you got to keep yourself grounded. It was also in the wintertime. I go through seasonal depression, right? So sometimes your mind not going to be in the right place. If you go through seasonal depression, that's a good time to not date and to not be around. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you could really fall susceptible to predators, because a lot of times predators, they seek out people that look depressed. And if you are depressed and the person approaches you, get the fuck away from him, bro. What is my advice about victim blaming? If a person victim blames, because this happened to me a lot, bro. When a person victim blames you, those are not safe people. Those are not emotionally safe people. So what happens is, a lot of times what can happen is the person that victim blames you is probably somebody that did that to somebody else at some point in their life, and they don't want to admit it. So that's why they shame you. People that victim blame have no empathy. They are apathetic. They are the ones that will side with the abuser or the attacker, but not the victim. So my thing is this, is if a person is victim blaming you, then stop talking to them. Don't even deal with them, because they're not creating an emotionally safe space for you. And the more that you engage with them, the more that they are gaslighting you and getting all up in your head, it's going to make you feel some type of way. It's going to make you second guess yourself. Don't talk to them. My advice to you is to walk away from them and to go to somebody else that's going to empathize with you. So if you talk about how something done happened to you and somebody's like, I'm so sorry that happened, like, and they offer you compassion, those are safe people. But people that don't have empathy, people that are apathetic, they would rather, blame the victim, because they just want to, like, because it's just like, I can't even think of it, bro. It's just lack of empathy is what I can tell. Like, they are another type of people. Shoot. Okay, I can't do this. I'm distracted by that. But yeah, that's the best advice that I can give you. Because sometimes I'm trying to sit here and comprehend why people victim blame. It could be so many different reasons why. Oh shit, she outside. Okay. We're gonna tell her. Hold on, y'all. Oh yeah, because I gotta grab my wine. Hi, hold on, here I come. So yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. So yeah, man, like, don't let these people do you like that. Don't let these people play in your face. Be around safe people. Be around people that you can trust. Be around people that are emotionally safe for you. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, y'all gonna be straight. Live your life. Have your fun. Do what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? And do whatever you gotta do. Yeah, we all gonna be okay. We all gonna get through it. We all gonna live. We all gonna be straight. But, all right, y'all. I'm finna head on out of here. I'm finna head to this picnic. So, I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day. A lovely rest of your day. I love you all. And I will catch you all in my next Stay Wine. I will catch you all in my next live. Mwah. Oh, and if you want to sow a seed into this word, you can cash at me. My cash app is $Queen STP. $Queen STP. Okay. Oh, baby. Yeah, I'm gonna take the whole. Yeah, I'm gonna just take the whole purse. It's easier. Alrighty. So I will. Thank you very much. to charge these damn phones, bro. I hate when they be rushing me and shit, bro. Okay, I need to bring my charger because I'm not about to deal with this. I'm not about to have no broken. All right, y'all. I'm gone. I love you all. You all be good. Y'all be smooth. And I will catch y'all in the next video or the next live. All right, y'all.